Hello, this is the Happy Heathen, Gary Wishon. Now, as we wind down to Election Day, midterms, I'm going over all of this bullshit the religious right likes to put out there. This illusion they're trying to create that if you vote for them, they'll bring back the good old days. They talk of this wishful voice about how it was more gentle and it was more godly. And if you just vote for them, they'll somehow make it into the 1950s again. This belief that the past was better than the present is fucking absurd. The difference between then and now is technology. You can't have a secret anymore. Not with a 24-hour news cycle. That was TMZ. The only difference between now and then, a lynching would be frowned upon. That's about it. Racism? You best fucking not. One of the finest moments of pride I have from my state of Illinois is when, I forget, sometime in the 90s, the Ku Klux Klan had won the court case to do a protest march on the Capitol. 75 Klan members showed up to do the march, and 15,000 counter marchers showed up to give the Klansmen the worst day of their fucking life. Back in the good old days, that would have been completely different. The good old days were not good, and you should be suspicious of anyone who's trying to talk you into believing otherwise. Good old days, not so good if you're a minority. And a fucking nightmare if you were gay. A good example of the hypocrisy is, I was talking to a coworker of mine named of Harold. Harold is an elderly gentleman. I said, Harold, you're a gentleman of the Old South, are you not, sir? He goes, yes. Old South of time when people had respect for womanhood. Almost a chivalric worship of the sanctity of femininity. He goes, yes, I do have that distinction. I remember that very well. I said, in this golden era of religious belief and belief in God's justice and whatnot, and the sacred femininity, how many whorehouses were in town? He smiled and said, 7. Then he proceeded to tell me about how all the local pastors had the same bookie they laid bets with. I looked at him, I said, hypocrisy, thy name is Christian. One thing that also drives me fucking crazy is this insistence that the founding fathers were this ultra-conservative religious nutballs. No. About as religious as they got is what I used to be, is a deist mindset. Religion is something they actually work to have a separation from. It's freedom of religion and freedom from religion. Not what the politicians of today is talking about. as that fucking asshole. What was his name? Oh, I'm having a brain fart about him. As the policy they want to have today is it's freedom of religion, not freedom from religion. I say I want freedom from you. Really, do you want to vote in someone whose head is stuck in the 1950s? Seriously? There were no more moral. There was much less moral back then than they are now. If you're always stuck in the past, how can you plan for the future and govern in the present? That's all I'm saying. Choose your politicians wisely. And try to get one that's really dealing with reality for a change. I'm going to start leaving my videos with ending with a question for creationists. Any creationist who happens to come across this video, please answer the following question. If the world was underwater by Noah's flood 4,500 years ago, how is it that the Egyptian civilization is 5,000 years old? Please answer that. Or are you going to say that they were like Atlanteans and they could breathe on the water and that's how they settled the Nile Valley when it was underwater? Pull the other one. Also, I'm going to leave some more videos down below. Remember, the prerequisite is anyone who has under 2,000 subscribers or any really damn good ones I might come across. They'd have to be really good. Till next time, my fellow heathens.